Hello and welcome back one and all. This week we are at Join Gluttony and we are doing Galanoth and Falgar's quest, and we are kicking it off with a nice simple 50,000 health boss fight right here, which is the head of a very fat dragon. So once you have done that, we get a cutscene, an auto turn in, and it leads us on to the next area which we need to go to, which is going to have us defeating these slimes. I don't know what they're called. I don't know, we'll just call them sliver slimes because it's on a tongue. That makes sense, I reckon. But once you've defeated enough of them, we can move on to the next quest. For this one, you need to defeat some skeletons, and then you will see in this room there is some floss around this tooth, and back in the previous room there is some floss around that one. Just click on both of them and it will give you the extra quest items you need. Now, sorry, this walkthrough is later than normal. I have sadly been away, but next week it'll be back to normal. But we are here. It's only a day late, so it's not really the end of the world, to be fair. For this quest, you need to click on the skeleton which was in this room, which is of course Falgar lying down, and he does not have a blue arrow, so if any of you did get stuck here, well, it's now been solved for you and you can move on happily with the release if you haven't already done it. Anyway, so next up is moving on towards Falgar's quest. For the final one, just literally talk to him, skip through all the options, and it will auto turn in for you, and we can begin the second set of quests, which again are relatively straightforward. So you just got to defeat some of the worms here, and once you've defeated 10 of them, you can light the candles on the wall. Well, we'll call them candles. We've just literally stuck some worms to a bit of, I don't know, iron or something, and we're lighting them up on the wall, because that makes sense, as it does, because they're glowworms. There you go, happy days. So once you have completed that quest, we can move on to his second one, which again is nice and straightforward. Just defeat some of the biles. It will not take you a second to do this quest. They literally have about 1,000 health. So, well, the vast majority of us higher levels, I'm sure, will one-hit him, even though I two-hitted him just there, but we'll ignore that fact. Anyway, next up, you want to defeat some skeletons. There are some bones for us to click on, with 2 in this last room here. You don't really have to go any further back towards a tongue or anything like that of the interior of the dragon, so we do not need to worry that much. For this next quest, you just want to defeat some of the biles and of course some of the worms, and that is literally it for this quest. You can head back, turn it in once you've got both of those, if you do not struggle like I just did against that damn worm. And there you go, quest complete, happy days. So moving on, yet again, we've got some more clicking to do now. So what you need to do is just click on these piles. Well, you only need to click on this M1, I believe, where the sort of boss is, and that is purely because that's the one that will drop you it, and that is where the treasure chest is. So next up, you need the key to open it, and they're going to have us defeating our second mini boss fight. Whether you actually class these as bosses or not is up to you. I do just because they have considerably more health than everything else in this area has to offer. So last of all, we are sticking some letters on the wall. Whether they're letters or not, I don't know. To me, they look like envelopes. To you, they might look like videotapes. I have no idea. But the point is you just got to place 6 of them on the wall here in a circle, and once you have done that, you can, believe it or not, get an auto-turning quest and a cutscene, and we are moving on to the actual boss fight from Galanoth, and he is he's not straightforward at all. He's got 200,000 health, so if you want to solo him, you can. He doesn't hit that high, but he will keep you here for an awfully long time, so I do recommend you joining to a full room, just for the sake of getting it done, really. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll of course be back next week for the weekly release, which will be on time this week, so do not panic about that. And I believe it is Pride next week. We will just double check that. Yes, it is Pride. Make sure you have a lovely day, and I'll see you then.